Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Perspective with Viv. My name is Vivian and welcome to the show. Today we'll be talking about romance and it's the third part of the series, romance in which we discuss Honey and Spice. I finally finished it. You know I love my books. So we're going to be talking about Honey and Spice and guess who's here? Jade the Explorer.
Woohoo!
Finally, we are in person.
Yes!
We're recording together. We're going to be talking about this book. Very cute story. So, you guys know that I like to read. I don't know if I ever mentioned it. I'm a reader here. I love my books. So, we had an episode called Romance with Honey and Spice. And on that episode, I spoke about Honey and Spice and how I just started reading it. And I spoke a bit about it before I spoke more about romance. This episode is going to be the same thing. We're going to start off talking about our perspective of Honey and Spice because I read it first. And when I finished it, I gave it to Jay, and Jay read it so quickly. It was amazing. So I said to her, I said, okay, let's talk about romance together. Let's discuss this book in depth and then see what comes up, okay?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is talk about the book. We're going to talk about what we felt, how we saw the characters, and then we dive more into romance. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening so far. I think we're doing well. We're on episode 74 now, on the road to 100.
Yes!
And I hope you're enjoying every single episode that is being dropped. Thank you. And we'll be seeing you. Once again, this is the Perspective with Viv podcast, and welcome to the show. Jay, will you say hi?
Hi, my loves. I'm super excited to be here in the flesh. In the flesh. We've been speaking online, but now I am here in the flesh and we are live in the studio. Yes.
Yes. And if you'd like to know more about the podcast, check us out on Twitter. It's at It's Vivacious Viv on Twitter. Thank you. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is quizzing Jay on the book. First thing I want to say is for people that don't know about Honey and Spice, Honey and Spice is a book written by Bolu Babalola. It's based on a character called Kiki Banjo, a second-year student in a university. And it's really about her life. She has a radio show on campus, which is just similar to Perspective with Viv podcast. She speaks on love and relationships.
Wow.
Yes, she does.
And guess what? So Viv has a podcast, obviously. We're all here for the podcast. And Kikiola also has her radio show. But guess what? The bestie, they also both have besties. Hello. Yes.
Yes. And the bestie is the producer of Kiki's show,
Yes.
right? And you already know I have my bestie here, right? And it just made me think because she said that her bestie is kind of like her only friend in uni. And let me tell you something about friendships, which is also very prevalent in the book. It really focuses on friendships alongside romance because I also think that friendships are a form of romance, people. You have to think about it like that because romance with a partner isn't the only thing that's essential of life. You have to have love within yourself first, and then you form that friendship romance with your friends. You start with your friends first, sorry.
Yeah.
Then you have a lot of love for your partner because they are not carrying the burden of being everything in your life. You don't want that with partnership, baby. That's not
Yes.
romance. That's not sexy.
Ooh.
Okay.
For me, I think that Honey and Spice, do not sleep on this book. Do not sleep on this book. I'm like, Viv is more of a reader than I am because I feel like when I have the opportunity to read, that's when I'll read. Viv has this library of books on books on books. So if I'm tired of watching shows or tired of, content creating or doing all my journalism stuff, Viv is like, okay, read. Yes, you write, but are you reading as well? So being able to read was something that I didn't even think about, and Viv was the one that brought it to mind. So to think that I've read this Honey and Spice book and I'm so honored to be able to speak with you and we finish this at the same time is very much fresh in my mind.
Yes.
It's very much fresh in my mind. And this is a book that you need to... Bolu Babalola is not just a Nigerian girl like us. We have that Nigerian spice within us. But it's the fact that this is about, as she said, friendships, partnerships, friendships with like people that you see as your family, the family that you choose to be around you. Because Kikiola is the main girl in the book, but then her friendships and being open to creating new friendships is what made the book interesting.
That's it.
You get what I'm saying? So
That's
she has
it.
her radio show. She's always talking about all the
Love,
things.
relationships. She's trying to put the girls on game
She's
to
trying to get
avoid
the
waste
girls.
men. Hello, that is my podcast,
Yes,
people.
that
What
is
you
exactly what the
saying?
podcast is all
What you
about.
saying?
She gives them tips. She's like, look, if a guy, if you get with a guy one night and then the next morning he's acting funny and whatnot, you to do your own back. Like she's that kind of person that'll give you the real. So that's why Kikiola, people listen to her radio show. And the girls are out there like, okay, yes, she's representing for us girls. Her bestie produces the thing, and she and her bestie, they also live together. They are flatmates, they live together, so they actually experience life together. They actually experience uni together, which is a vital part of growing up and adulting. So as they're experiencing uni together, and Kikiola says this her friend is the only friend she has in uni, she's doing her radio show. All of a sudden, one of her tutors is like, look, if you want to level up in this business of being a journalist, of being a producer, of being able to see your name in the lights, you need to expand. You need to think beyond the scope. Yes, you feel like you know it all, but you actually need to connect with people around you.
Enter Malachi, the protagonist's love interest, who is a filmmaker and is sexy as fuck. First of all, you guys already know if you listen to my podcast. Me, I love filmmakers. They're sexy. Hello, filmmakers. Hi. So for me, Malachi already had me a little with that. He's a filmmaker. He's studying that. They have to work together. Let me tell you something, guys. Romance shows up in different ways. I think romance shows up when you're working together as well. They joined forces to work on his film while he also came in to feature on the radio show where he spoke about love and relationships from a male perspective. Give me something.
I don't know why my face has just been as still as ice, but I just think it's because it's just too close to home. Yes, I love the book because the book is very close to home in terms of like friendships and journalism and, radio shows or TV shows or whatnot and blogs and gossip blogs. But film production, yes, it's lovely, it's beautiful. Like that's the world that we live in. But I just feel like my heart is just black towards filmmakers now. Like I see filmmakers, I'm running the other way. I see people who like, you know what I'm saying, in this post-production world and
Screaming.
whatnot, the videographers and whatnot. I have been there, done that, got the t-shirt, goodbye. I like them from far away. So that's the only reason why I couldn't really connect to the Malachi character. Like,
No, she
but
did not want to connect at
I could not
all.
connect to
I
the
asked
Malachi
Jay, I said, Jay, you're
character.
talking about this book a lot, but you've not even said anything about Malachi. It's a romance story. You're not talking about the male character in this story. She said, I don't have anything to say about that. That's why I didn't say anything.
Yes, I think I'm very, very, when it comes to love, maybe because of the position that I'm in right now, I'm kind of very, very like hardened. So to me, it's like, look, not like leave the schoolgirl fantasy away, because like keep that to the side. Because for me, it's like at some point I did see a situation where, wow, this is actually lovely, this is actually beautiful. But then I know deep down that okay, is a female that is writing this, and really and truly, you can never ever write a man, a woman, yes, that is writing it. And it's like, not a man. That's the point. It's not a man that is writing it. So, of course, because a woman is writing it, you would see the guy through her eyes. But I'm like, realistically, especially because me, I've been there, done that with filmmakers and whatnot. Realistically, girl,
Let me
that
interject
is
a bit.
that is not what I know.
Let me interject.
But I love it.
Let me
It's
interject.
cute.
Okay, because for me, I'll say this. This is why I love fiction. Life is not fantasy. Life is not fiction, right? But can we put up that barrier and know that, okay, we're reading a book in which a woman has written a man in from her lens. We're talking about the female lens now. We're talking about the female gaze. Let's imagine a world in which these men or these masculine people that we're searching for as partners are written and crafted by women. The women that nurtured their souls into becoming these characters that we read in the book. It is possible. Jay, your heart is black right now. I'm not going to
My heart is
convert
black.
you. But I will stand on this side and
But
say
I do
that I
believe.
do believe.
I do believe. No,
And
no,
they're
no.
sexy as fuck.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because that
There
Malachi
are.
was sexy.
She really described Malachi to be this demigod
Mm,
athlete. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? He's good at, you know what? You know those guys that are good at every sport.
Ah!
You want a guy like that on your arm.
On
Do you get what I'm saying?
campus.
He is that guy that is good at every sport. Is it basketball? Is it hockey? Is it
Okay.
rugby? Is it football? You know he's doing it. If you guys have to go like on a trip together as friends and everybody is in like couples, you know that your guy is
With
winning.
the top guy.
You know your guy, and that guy won. Oh, they used to go out as friends with like as a group, and that guy won. That guy won a big award one time. They went out. He won the master bedroom with a jacuzzi, and he did the damn thing in that master bedroom. Sorry, spoilers. Sorry.
I
Lo
can't say anything.
siento.
I love it.
So yeah, so I do believe that there are men out there like that. So but as for now, the heart
These
is
are
just
the kind of men I want to see in my life. And can I tell you something? For me, I always say that everything is internal before it's external. Let me just craft my eye or refine my eye towards and tailor it towards what I want to see in my external reality. Anything that doesn't match that, zero. I want to see the men that are crafted by women, the men that I can perceive through the female gaze. Oh my days.
to be very honest with you, I feel like in different aspects of my life, like as I'm not the lady who will say, oh, men are scum, men are scum, men are scum. But like I'm a very practical person. I'm also a realist as much as I would love to be in a dream world. Like my fantasy world goes beyond the scope of your imagination. Whatever you think fantasy is, double it, triple it. That is what my mind goes to. But I've had to like grow up and be realistic and put a boundary up there. But let me be very honest with you. I feel like with what Bolu Babalola has done in the book by writing these men to be
For women.
for women, you know, the type of characters that you
Sensitive.
want.
Let's say what do we want?
What do we want as
Sensitivity,
women? I think that that's the
vulnerability,
message.
the ability to connect, to communicate,
I
being
commend.
beautiful on the eyes, having a
Yes.
hot spot, everything together, being a filmmaker, because that filmmaking was sexy for me.
So yes, that's something that she clearly loves, and I wish her well. I know that there are positive ones out there. Filmmakers, please get at her. But please, doctors, bankers, anybody with HMO, life insurance, your pension is sorted. CEOs, get at me. That's all.
Any self-made men with all of that, please find me.
I don't even mind if you've done a white collar crime in the past. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? Wolf of Wall Street. We're able to bounce back. So the point is, we're trying to get through the book, and Bolu Babalola obviously writing men for women.
Yes.
So when she's writing men for women, we want women to be able to read it and know that, okay, maybe you should look out for these things in a man.
Mm-hmm.
We want men to be able to read it and be like, okay, maybe I should be more like Malachi, or I
Yeah.
should be more like, you know, Kofi or
Mhm.
Tai, because I liked the other characters.
Yes.
I really love. So I'm excited to get into that.
I love that. Okay. So one of my things I wanted to ask you about the book, right? What did you feel about the writing? Okay. How did you feel? Did you feel that the story flowed for you? And would you recommend it to other people? I know that it's early to ask, would you recommend it? But let's start with that. How was the writing for you? As a, you know, you don't read all the time, but you are a fast reader. You're taking things and you're observant. So from your mind.
From my mind, I think the writing was captivating. It wanted, like, when I dropped the book, I would think about it during the day and I would want to go back to it and just kind of see what happened next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm just a little bit biased because I read Akweke's book, and when I read Akweke's book, for me, it was very gripping. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy because they're adjacent. You know what I mean? So when I mean they're adjacent, I mean
The theme, the genre.
The genre. I'm just saying that, like, at the end of the day, I feel like there could have been a bit more, like, me wanting to swim into that world. I love being consumed. I love being consumed when I'm reading something. I love anything that can consume me. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just the only thing. But it did make I would think about it during the day and be like, oh, okay, I wonder what happened. I wonder if, they ended up doing this. I wonder how far they went with this. If they had an argument, the protagonist and Kikiola, if they had an argument along the way, I'll be like, oh, okay, I wonder how they settled it. And it would be interesting to see how a guy can step up and settle things in a way that guys every day cannot do, to be very honest. So,
Yeah.
and it's not too early to ask if I would recommend it. Actually, from the very beginning, from when I started reading the book, from the very first chapter, when the book opened up and we kind of saw her in a scenario that we were able to enter into her mind and see the way she thinks. We could get the fact that she's a sarcastic girl. We could get the fact that obviously she's easy on the eyes and, ravaging and ravishing and all of that. We could get all these things. She's a cute girl, all of that. We knew all of those things about her. But the way Bolu Babalola wrote this book, I kept on saying from the very beginning, I know who this lady wrote this book for. I know who this woman wrote this book for, because the people who she wrote it for are the people that we have outlined. The girls, especially girls in like high school, sixth form. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's a coming of
From
age
that
book.
coming of age moment, that period, these are the girls that need to read it so that as they go on, the girl is in uni, Kikiola is in uni. But guess what? We flash back to sixth form. So these are things that if people knew these things beforehand, before finding themselves in those situations, they'll be able to identify it straight away and be like, oh, okay, this is what this is. Nah, this is how I should act. So I feel like it is a coming of age book. I would recommend for girls who are in that era to kind of like read it and learn a thing or two.
Lovely, lovely. Thanks for answering that.
Yes.
What did you think of Amina and Kiki as characters and as individuals?
The truth of the matter is that I didn't really get to know much of Amina as an individual. I wasn't able to I got what Kiki would say. A lot of times, Kiki would think about something and would say, oh, Amina does this because, in Amina's words, it's better for a guy to be chasing you always than for him to feel like he's won you and start acting out. So I would learn so much about Amina through Kikiola, the one
Perspective.
exactly her perspective. So the point is, I didn't really get to know her individually, but together as friends, I feel like they were a good pair. They were almost like, I feel like that's very much like how I feel friendships could be and should be. I mean, I just believe the perfect friendship is our friendship.
All right,
Sorry.
talk about
But
it.
I'm like, when I say perfect, perfectly imperfect. You know
Mm,
what I mean?
yes.
Nothing is perfect.
Yeah.
But I feel like what Bulu Babalola wrote about Kikiola and Amina, they
Mm-hmm.
met in uni. They came from two different worlds. I mean, Kikiola's parents own a restaurant. Amina, clearly her parents are very, very well to do
Wealthy.
with
She's a
her
Lagos
designer
girl.
glasses. She's a Lagos girl. She's one of those
West
girls that went
London
to,
girls.
exactly. So she went to the good schools that everybody is like, oh, okay, did you go to this school? Did you go to that school? You guys know what I mean. So it's like Amina is that girl. And she could have been one of those bitchy girls that could just be like, oh, I don't want to be friends with these people because, or like or a girl who pretends to be an airhead, because
Mm.
there are girls like that that will pretend to be airheads. Like, you're smarter than this. Like, why are you acting dumb? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
Like,
get that.
very much like her friend Kikiola's old best friend,
Yes, yes.
Rianne. So let's not, like,
Who Jay doesn't like?
girl, when I don't like someone, is very clear. So it's you wouldn't
Jay
even,
doesn't
and
like this guy.
it's a good thing and it may be a bad thing sometimes. If I don't like you, if I can't stand you, it will be obvious. Unless it has to be money matters and I have to collect money that you owe me, I will do what I need to do. Once I collect that money, we lash out
Jay
immediately.
the worst.
So yeah, so I think that they had a great friendship. I think that, but to me, I think they forced it a little bit when they kept on making me at the end realize that, oh, okay, Amina was a nerd. Sorry, Kikiola was a nerd
Okay.
and Amina was not, because Amina was like, "Oh, would you now like no, I'm not jealous of you making up with Rianne because obviously why would I be jealous of your nerdy friend who you were closer to before you met me coming back into the picture and you guys all running off into the sunset doing nerdy cosplay things together."
Because she likes those novels.
Yes, but I didn't really even see it as that.
That she was a nerd.
I didn't see it as, yes, I mean, I'm sure it's a relative word, but I didn't even see it as it would be that different that would even be something that Amina would think of, even as a joke. Do you get what I'm saying? Because to me, it's like, I know she liked the novel, but I don't see more of the nerdy side of
Yeah,
things.
same.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think that some things were being imposed on me, but I was
I'm
just going
screaming.
along. Do you get
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
get that. I
saying?
get that. All right. From my perspective, I feel like individually, we obviously saw more of Kiki because it was mostly about Kiki
It
and her relationship
was.
with Malachi. But I
Yes.
did like that Amina had a very good supporting role. Like her role was felt for me with
Yes.
words to help, with ways and actions, with her even, just being, she was fabulous. I love that there was an invitation for two more girls to join the group and they became like a foursome. Individually, I liked Kiki as a character. I don't feel like I connected to Kiki as much as I connected to
Amina.
Amina.
Same.
Yeah, I
Same.
only
But
connected to Kiki based on her work, the radio show, and what she was doing, and it was kind of like we had a joint thing. I have a podcast, she has a radio show. We do similar stuff, and then her having a bestie, but it was about things that were happening for her, not who she was as a
as a
character.
character,
I don't think I
got you.
connected to
How
her.
do you connect more with Amina?
Just the things that Amina said, Amina's words, the words that were for Amina. Do you get me? I would not deny that Kiki was an intelligent character that was very smart. Well, I think for the first time, I like that I didn't connect to a protagonist. I feel like now I'm reaching a point as a reader that I don't have to connect to protagonists just because they're the protagonists. I can just
Okay.
observe them. And that
Yes.
allows you to really read the story right?
Yes.
Amina, I feel like I just liked her, maybe because I saw versions of myself with her as well, but she
Mm,
seemed realer to me as myself as opposed to Kiki. That's how I felt. I couldn't relate. Maybe because we don't have the same background. That's, yeah,
Kiki.
Kiki.
Yeah, yeah.
But I couldn't, even with her personality though,
I
I didn't
think
feel like that. I felt like we're not the same.
Kikiola it was refreshing to see somebody like Kikiola because I feel like just I will agree with you. We're not the same. Same thing with her. Like Kikola is very sarcastic, and at some points I can be, but like I wouldn't go that far. Do you get what I'm saying?
And be biting.
And be biting. Do you get what I'm saying? Like there's just some certain things that I'm like, even like the decisions that she's made in the past with the guys that she's been in the past. I'm just been like, oh God, why did you have to do this? Because this could have been avoided and so many other things could have been avoided. But obviously, she's the protagonist and she has to go through coming of age. But Amina, the Amina that Kikiola described is the Amina that I'm here for in terms of the designer glasses. I'm
Okay.
going to tell you that. The designer, the fashion, always being about that life. Amina was always,
Looking
every time in
pristine.
their house, they were in the house, she was in her athleisure outfits, like always matching sets. I'm sure I also wrote some more things in my mind about Amina, but I know that she was in the athleisure, and I love a good athleisure. I love looking good
No,
at
Amina
all
had that.
times.
Amina had
Amina
it.
at home.
And that's why she was a solid character for me as a supporting character without doing too much or over describing her.
Yes, I feel like that's why I said that I learned a lot about Amina through the things that Kikiola was saying. Like Kikiola will always say, "Oh, Amina said this," or "Amina said that." So I was like, "Oh God, I wish I got to know more about Amina, like by herself, because even down to her relationship with the guy and not necessarily wanting to like open up to him and always wanting him to chase. I'm very similar. I'm very, very
Yeah, I
similar.
get that.
So I wanted to kind of like connect more with her as well and get to know more about her. I just feel like a lot of time was spent on Kikiola and Malachi and even on that Rianne. I don't even know why that was
No,
brought in.
stop.
We could have spoken more about Amina in that time.
Where they need to
Maybe they would
come
have gone on a
in.
shopping spree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, where does she get her bundles
I
from?
feel like
She's my friend. In my
I'm
mind,
actually
Amina is
done.
my girl because
I'm actually
look,
done.
a girl that is wrapping her hair at night at all times, has her oils, always smells of coconut oil or one thing or the other. Well, Masa does her brows. Even when they were walking, they were doing their hot girl walk. She was the one that was like, you know what, we're packing on pounds. Let's do the hot girl walk. As they were doing the hot girl walk, she's wearing her matching sets. She's looking good. And guess what? Kikiola said, Amina said to her that, girl, we still need to do the brows because even if we're walking, it doesn't mean that we need to look like we're dead. Please, something I can say. Like, this girl is my girl.
Yes, Amina and Kiki. One thing that did help me to feel a bit better about Kiki and Amina's connection or relationship, and a bit more detail about Amina, was the final scene in which they were sitting down and talking at at the Afro Gala.
Yes.
And I liked that. It was some more vulnerability of Amina's character based on her upbringing, because you could already see, as we're saying, coming of age, all these characters had their own parental issues. And they were finding themselves through the conflict that presented.
Yes.
And I like the flashbacks. But once again, I genuinely didn't feel like I connected with Kiki, but I don't feel like that's the main thing. It's not a bad thing. But like when I do normally when I read flashbacks and stories, it's like you're going into somebody's memories.
Yes. Okay. No, you're saying everything. You're still saying speak. Speak. Let the caged bird sing.
You're sick. I love it. You're going into somebody's memory. So I feel like when you're diving into somebody's subconscious, you're taking in some of their essence. You're becoming part of them in a way. That's how you connect sometimes, but that's how you connect with reading,
Yes.
with characters, with immersion. And I just didn't feel that. I just didn't feel that. It was just like, okay, she's just giving me a flashback like you'd see in a film.
Yes. But except the flashback in the film actually made sense when it popped up. Do you know that there was only one chapter where it was just a flashback? And I was really like, what? It didn't really, it was just like I'm driving, something just comes right in front of me, and then I have to stop. And then I have to wait for it to go.
There was no flow.
And then I'll continue going. That was how the
flashback.
flashback was for me with this lady, the Kikiola girl.
I feel like when you're even writing flashback, this is just me, I'm still a budding writer.
Okay, girl. Nobody here is believing that.
No, but let me guys, let me just tell you, like my other self, like she's a writer, she's budding. But they say that when you're talking about flashbacks, right? There's something that triggers them in the chapter before that makes you go to the flashback for you to understand why that happened before. I don't feel like that was brought there. That was brought there. It was just flashback introduced. There was no link. It was puzzle piece,
Girl,
but it's not
trust
linking
me.
to other puzzles.
Girl.
It's just you're telling me what is happening so that when I say Rian later on, I now know what happened in the past. No, I don't care about Rian.
Bolu, let me know.
I fucking hate Rian.
See, let me just let you know
Now
that
you call
Viv
it
is
Bolu.
even no Bolu, because Bolu, we need to talk. Bolu, because there's so many things that bombastic side eye, criminal offensive side eye. Bolu.
But she's not threatening you, Bolu. Don't mind
No,
her.
no, no, it's
She's
probably
not
love
threatening
now.
you. It's
Sister
respectfully
me,
speaking.
sister
It's
me.
respectfully speaking.
Boo me.
I'm just letting you know. Because she can be passionate and it's okay.
I'm very passionate.
Continue. Yeah.
My point
A
is,
sick
Bolu,
person.
there are some things that really it didn't really mix. It was like, God, you just remembered. Or maybe they cut out a big chunk of what you were supposed to say, and they just gave you that, okay, just put this one as one chapter in, or squeeze this one in here. Because really, Andrea, I'm not going to lie to you, that Brienne and all the flashbacks, and then even the mom, we didn't really get to know more. We knew that she was down about the mom, but what happened? How did the mom get back to how the mom? You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that we did not know, Bolu. That's what I'm just saying. No, boy, you're my sister.
So we'll be taking a break right now. Thanks to Jay for just giving us all we need right now. We're going to cool down a bit, but we'll see you in the next segment. Thank you. Hi everyone, so we're back and now we're going to be having our final thoughts about romance. Just a quick candid chat. Let's see what comes up when we discuss.
Yes.
I also feel like there are certain people that are learning about romance from their own point of view because they didn't have those things to see or connect from.
Yes.
But so I feel like it's also really funny how books are and other mediums, even reality TV, are things that one can use to teach them how to rebuild their own structure around certain ideas, romance, for example. So it's
Yes.
really nice. Like when you don't have certain things, you don't have to have it in
Don't be
terms of community.
close-minded.
You
You can
can read,
find it.
you can, yeah, interact with mediums to see the presentation of what it is that you're looking for. So
Yes.
yes. So what's your favorite romantic movie?
My favorite romantic movie. Let me think. Oh God, do you know that? I think I'm very dark with it because
Ah,
I really Beauty and the Beast.
oh,
Yes, which is why I could actually like relate with the book where Beauty and the Beast was like she was like, oh yeah, the Beast was the first person that I fell in love with. Like just
oh, you read
seeing
the book?
like in this book.
Oh,
In this book, yeah.
okay.
I really love the Beast in Beauty and the Beast. Like I hate to admit it because one thing I hate, do you know one thing I hate in this life? Even though I say that all the time about so many things, I'm on my 1 millionth thing at this point. But
I'm dead.
if there's one thing I hate in this life, it is when people first like meet themselves and then they don't like each other, then they now end up liking each other. I don't know why, but I hate it. Like I've always never wanted it to be the case because to me it's
Mm.
like if somebody annoys me so much and irritates me so much, imagine if like oh, it's that whole thing of oh, there's a thin love between love and hate, and then you now end up loving the person. Oh gosh.
I'm
I'm
done.
already disgusted. You think I want to the person now be dangling it over you like, oh, remember when you couldn't stand me? Oh God.
Oh my
Like
god.
so I hate it when like people are like a guy and a girl now, for example, or two people don't like each other and then next thing something happens and then they end up falling in love and stuff like that.
Mm.
I really don't like it. But which is why I'm a bit embarrassed to say this Beauty and the Beast stuff because like she was a captive. This is abuse. You know what I'm saying?
Oh god.
Oh God.
But you were a child.
I
You
was a
would have
child.
known.
I was a child. I was a child.
God, that's
So
so funny. But I really did love Beauty and the Beast as
I
well. I love
do.
that
And I
film.
love that he still
And she was a reader
changed.
as
Yeah.
well. Belle. That's
Bell
why I
with the
loved. Yeah,
library.
that's why I loved her. I could
Oh
recognize
gosh.
myself in her, or at least parts of myself in her. But that
Yes.
library and her being a reader and feeling like a different girl,
Mm-hmm.
and then finding the prince who was not locked in a spell. I know
Yes.
why you liked
I loved
it.
it. Oh God, I really
Beautiful
loved
film.
it.
Beautiful
So for
film.
me, yes, that was my if I had a movie to think of, like that
Yes,
was that
Roman.
like let's say, this question is it has different dimensions because obviously that was as a child.
Yeah.
So what was your own childlike like romance? Because I'm sure
Oh,
there's different ones.
Hercules!
You see,
Hercules!
yes,
Oh, wow.
you see,
I love Hercules.
Hercules.
Oh, Woody Law. Oh,
Okay, that was
I
another.
saw
That's a
myself.
close
I see myself as Meg.
as Meg.
Come on, Meg. And then, that's how I actually imagined my life in a way, not like being a damsel in distress, but my kind of guy is pure, I believe. The way
Yeah.
Hercules had that innocence and he had to learn and toughen up.
Yes.
And he still had that pure heart, but he had that ruggedness from what he'd learned
Oh
throughout his life journey.
gosh.
And he was hot as fuck.
As fuck.
As fuck.
Hercules was my second
Oof.
because Zeus was my everything.
Oh, you love the
Girl,
daddies. I
love-
know this girl.
Oh my god. Let me not think about Zeus.
Woo!
Let me no. And so that was another thing that was shrouded in shame because it's like, how can I say?
Oh, I love that you're expressing this. It's okay. Don't be ashamed.
There's
There's
so
nothing to be
much.
ashamed of here, for
There's
real.
so much to deal with.
Oh my days. Wow. No.
Zeus? Let me talk about Zeus. Ah, God. Everything and more. Somebody that could take control of a situation, that was in charge, that was the daddy, the zaddy. Oh, a silver fox, everything. Oh, gosh. Zeus was everything and more, girl, on the chariots. Lord, have
No,
mercy.
I cannot. Hercules, for me, that was one aspect, the age thing, because this you liking Zeus and me liking Hercules is a
gosh.
tale. Do you get me? I like it. I like that. Let's know because it shows our subconscious. Do you get me? It's really cool.
Love that Zeus.
Then what I loved about Hercules, first of all, that Hercules being a farm boy, so humble, so cute, and Meg being the bad girl.
Betty.
So I love that dynamic, but I love how she also started to like him. And then she now had that song that's my favorite song. I won't say I'm in love. You know that that's a jam,
Mm,
listeners. You too, you know that's a jam. I won't
mm-hmm.
say I'm in love. Go on YouTube and listen to it. It's
She
amazing.
loves the
I love that
song.
song. And it's just the way he kissed her and gave her that flower with his enormous strength before he left. And both of them were adequately in love and like healthily obsessed with each other. And
Yeah.
how he now dove into that sea of lost souls to save her. Oh my days.
Oh
It was
God.
so beautiful. He was risking his life and then he came out a fucking god. So then when they now said, okay, welcome to Olympus, back to heaven, what did he now say? He said that he can't leave, that he has to be there for Meg. He has finally found what he's looking for.
Mm.
Hercules! That
Oh
was mine.
gosh.
Mm.
Gosh. I wish there was more romance explored in Mulan, because Mulan is also another one of mine that I really
Oh,
love. Like, from the sense of just like, the bond that she and that guy shared, because they started becoming friends.
friends.
That's the thing. And
And being friends is sexy
it's so
before.
sexy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And not knowing that she was a girl and they were friends and she was catching feelings and stuff like that. And Mushu just being so annoying, like Mushu does every day of his life. Like, oh, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes.
So it's like all those things. Like, I really just love it. And I wish we could explore more in, like, even in part 2 about their love and you know what I'm
It
saying?
was
The
always about
bond. It was
war,
always
always
about
about war.
every time now. Let there be peace.
Let there be peace.
Oh gosh. Oh my days. Let there
So,
be peace. Let's
yeah, it's so funny.
oh my lord.
Okay, let me tell you something. So Hercules was my first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
My second one was Tarzan. I thought
Mm.
Tarzan was sexy as hell. I thought that I don't know. There's something about it, oh, and of course the soundtrack really really helped in convincing me that Tarzan was the one. Do you get me?
Yes, yes, yes.
My third person I would like to say is Aladdin. My fourth person that is an animal that I would say that I really loved was Robin Hood, the fox. He was foxy.
Got you.
The way he
Foxy
was
man.
charming, Maid
I love this. I
Marian.
love no.
The
Robin
way he
Hood.
was charming.
Robin Hood is actually who I fashioned
Okay.
my character as a
Okay.
child
Oh,
on. Yes, yes.
God.
Yes, Robin Hood was that person. Okay, so my first was Beauty and the Beast. My second was Mulan. I'm not going to mention Zeus because I don't want to
The
start
daddy.
talking about Zeus. The
Ooh.
Zeus, the Zeddy.
Ooh.
Okay, but my third one is Anastasia.
Ooh, that
Anastasia.
guy.
Dimitri. Oh God. When she was like, oh my days, oh my God,
Did
Dimitri.
he die?
No. He,
Oh,
he thought he died for some time. That's the pain I felt in my heart when I told Dimitri. You know what I'm
You
saying?
are so
It
hilarious.
was so close.
No.
Ah,
Oh no, he looked
Dimitri.
good. And he was very
Dimitri.
nice. He told
I
the
love
of the world.
that's my point. Like, you see,
A
Robin Hood.
worldly
Robin Hood is who I
lover.
fashioned myself about. But imagine Robin Hood as a guy that is now drop dead gorgeous. The name like Dimitri already should already tell you what you're talking about here. Dimitri, like, and see, I know that I have problems,
No,
which
you
is
do
why
not.
I had to start therapy at some point. But, like,
You know you do not have problems.
because Dimitri, that was another con man who was conning somebody to take
We
over the person. You know what I'm saying? Oh my days, I need
It's another
help.
tale.
I need help. I need help.
No. Let me tell you something.
Ayudarme.
On this
Por
podcast, we accept everybody for who they are, as long as they're not a
Which
danger
is
to
why I
themselves
love,
and other
yes.
people.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
are funny for saying that thing. So you like con men.
men.
Because you're a con artist
I'm
at
a con
heart.
artist at heart.
Let's be honest and
I'm
be
a con artist at
accepting
heart.
of who we
But
are.
I just like a guy that is like smart, quick on his
Sharp,
feet, sharp, witty.
amen.
I want a situation
Street
where
smart.
we're in a room right now. There's thousands of people in the room, but like somebody can say something. I can just look at my guy can look at
He
me.
clocks it.
Electrifying. We understand what's going on. That kind of thing. We're thinking, we're moving. That kind of thing. I love a guy that is sharp. A guy that, you know what I'm saying? That even sometimes you'll be like, oh God, why do I like this guy? Is this guy really using my head? But you're like, you like the fact that the guy is smart. The way he has, de-escalated a situation. You know what I'm
and knows
saying?
how to communicate. Knows how to express himself. And those ones that can talk you down from when you're having
from
that.
a ledge.
Come
Like you're on a roof about to
those
jump
ones that will laugh at your
down.
craziness. And you know that these are some crazy bitches. When they'll just laugh, they'll be like, calm down, calm down. They'll even son you in a sexy way.
Yes,
You'll be like,
yes.
okay, let me behave myself.
Yes.
Because
yes,
when
yes,
you're
yes.
unruly, you're unruly. Like, I have a wild soul. I know that you're a free spirit.
Okay.
You don't want somebody that's trying to tame as a conquest. You're dumb. You want somebody that is giving you that opportunity to still be a free
To
bird.
be,
There's no limitation. They
yes.
understand you. Like they laugh at you when trying to cause problems and cause war as a way to connect, you know?
For me, my ideal romance is I keep you wild, you keep me safe.
All right. I love
That is it for
that.
me. Like, honestly, that
Oh,
is it for me. I
so
keep you wild,
sharp.
you keep me safe. That kind of thing. Like, they understand the wildness. They understand that this girl is a crazy girl.
So
But, like, do you
crazy.
get what I'm saying? Like, they love that. They embrace that. And I can also
Mhm.
embrace a balanced person as well.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But I know that everybody who is with me, you cannot be 100% balanced. I know that
Yes. Oh my
already.
God. I
And I
like
love
guys
it.
that are actually like,
I
I've
love it.
I've expressed on this podcast I'm actually not completely healthy. I'm not I know use the
Ooh,
word healthy. I said
her well-being, her well-being is fine
I'm
though.
completely not okay
Not
upstairs. And I said
COVID
that and I
free.
wanted to be clear about it because I know that there's some times when I may speak and it's like, is this a crazy person talking? That's up to you. That's fine. But I always like it when my guy has a bit of, I always say madness or crazy in him, a good one, because there's a good version of things. And it's that ability to match your crazy, is that ability to de-escalate where you're trying to escalate and do something. Do you get me? For when your brain is touching and somebody understands how to bring you down, that's sexy to me. But I realized something, and I would like to say something for ladies that me, I'm speaking for my past versions of self. I feel like sometimes we feel as though we don't deserve what we want in romance or in partnership. Do you get me? And one of the things that I spoke about because in the last episode of romance, the last part, I spoke about how me and myself, there's this fight when it comes to partnership because the people that she chooses are not the kind of people for me. One, two, I'm a commitment phobe. I feel like my outer version of self loves commitment. So there's this clash. Okay, so one thing that did come up to me was that what was I trying to say? And it was actually really interesting.
Look, I was following as well. I was even about to grab the water, have a sip.
Ooh, don't I remember? One
Commitment for
commitment for thank you. I one of the key things that made me know that I was not choosing guys for me when I was that version of self or as that version of self is that they do not excite me. They don't excite me as Viv.
ah,
If I have three versions of self inside of me, I need somebody that can attract all versions of me. If me, the most exciting part of myself isn't excited by who I'm with as a partner, I failed. And I realized that my past partners, even though I don't claim all of them, for me, what they lack was excitement and passion. They were not exciting people. In fact, I was thinking to the past where one of them reminded me of a zombie and I felt like that version of me was dating a dead person and I really mean it.
gosh.
The person had no soul and no life. And for people that have listened to all versions of me on this podcast, you can tell that I'm quite a lively person with spirit. So why is it that somebody that is filled with spirit and spunk and excitement and energy is going for people that are lifeless and dead?
Oh no, please. It can break my I can actually start. Mofesuku.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I want to
And
cry.
that is why on that last episode, part two, romance, I said, I don't claim these stories. These are not my stories.
No,
I
no,
have
no, no,
this clean
no.
slate here and I'm building. I'm building my romantic life for me. Do you get me? A romantic life that coincides with me. So I'm no longer a commitment phobe because now I'm finding people that or persons that represent who I really want. My partner needs to be exciting and passionate,
Yes.
spicy and sexy because that's who I am. And I feel like each and every one of these past ones, not all of them though, lack spice. Why are you spicy and you're not being with this spicy partner? Please
Exactly.
don't
Like,
insult
please don't
yourself. Don't bring yourself down. Don't degrade yourself. Don't reduce
gosh.
yourself. Please, that's not happening. High
Add
standards, please.
value.
Yes, you are worth it. If you have these things within you, what you want, and you are that woman already, just go for it. It's better to actually be rejected and go through terrible love, not terrible, but like go through heartbreak with a man that is your type, as opposed to somebody that you can't even stand and you're dating them because you hate yourself. Yeah.
It happened like that in this Honey and Spice book because at some point I was
Okay.
like, why is this girl with this guy? Like, you know what I'm saying? And all these sleazy people that remain in the shadows, you know, all those kind of people that remain in the shadows, like a guy that can be talking to your friend, the next thing you
Thank
know, he
you.
has been looking at you as well. Like,
Exactly.
what are all these people? And who are all these people?
Are you trying to punish yourself?
It's very
Think about it.
refreshing that you just said everything that you said because, and you even mentioned that those were past selves.
Mm-hmm.
Because as Drea Michelle famously said in Basketball
Okay,
Wives,
tell them.
she said, your wholeness can get erased. Okay. And if your wholeness can get erased, then my tomfoolery with the
Okay.
choices that I made can also
Okay.
get erased.
Thank
Because
you.
look, I can forget about somebody in a second.
Okay.
Like literally, we have had conversations where you're like, "Oh, do you remember this person?" And I'm like, "Who is this person? Who is
And
this
I
person?"
genuinely think she has amnesia.
And I genuinely do, because maybe another person
Jesus.
that was inside me knew that person,
Yeah.
but I don't.
Yeah,
So
she
it's difficult
doesn't.
for me to
She has cleansed it
recall.
from her mind.
Like, it's difficult for me to recall the person. I'll be struggling. Like, it doesn't work. So it's like these people don't exist anymore because that old self is dead. There's a new
Thank
self
you.
now.
Thank you. And remember, you will keep shedding old
You keep.
selves and old stories. So keep it
Yes.
moving. Don't hold yourself back for
Thank
what you've
you.
done in the past.
Like,
Erase it and
don't
keep
say, "Oh,
pushing.
my track record is this."
You
My
don't have
track
a
record.
track
We don't
record.
have a
It's
track record, though.
erased
It's
and it's
even.
redacted.
Thank you. Even when I even said stuff like, back in the day, like I know that I've said, "Oh, attractive and everything," but like, to be honest with you, like if I come across a guy, like I remember I said fit. I like
Mhm.
fit guys. I like
Mhm.
muscles and everything. But I've had like I've fancied some guys that are like big bodied, full bodied. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it really just depends on other stuff too. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't think that you have a track record. Oh, I only go for guys that do this. I only go for guys that do that. No, what do you really want deep down? Have you asked yourself that?
Mm.
Ask yourself that every day for 1 week and see if the same thing that you say at the end of the day is the same thing you've said every single day.
Mm.
Literally, that's how you do. For 7 days, at the end of the day, ask yourself, what do I really want? What do I really want? What do I really want in an ideal partner? Ask yourself that. See, is it adding up? Is it matching up? Are you
Mm.
all over the place? That's how you start to realize things about yourself. Decide and don't be afraid to say what you want. Not the one that we watch Indian matchmaking. Indian matchmaking is a TV series, it's a Netflix series.
Yes.
Indian matchmaking, the lady Simaji, she's like an auntie who matchmakes people and does arranged marriages in India and for Indians in the diaspora.
Mhm.
So my thing is, she's always saying, "Oh, 60-70%, when you see that,
Yes.
when you see 60-70%, go for it, go for it." But there
But
was
Jay
one
was
guy that
like,
was like,
mm.
but that's a C. He even looked at his dad. He
He
now said,
said,
when the dad too was nodding and saying, yes, Sima, I say the same thing with you. 60-70%, you should be okay. Oh, then the boy now looked at his dad. He was like, but that's a C. Because that dad has forced him to have A minus is even a problem in life.
Mm.
You've drilled it into my head. A star, be an A star student. You're one of the smartest. You must be the biggest. This person have two heads. So now that I want what I want for myself, you are telling me I should go for a C?
No.
Darling, please stop it.
So we are
Never
high
be afraid.
achievers here.
Exactly. We are high achievers. Well, maybe you don't want what we want. Maybe you want 60-70 will work for you. Nobody's
Everybody
judging.
has their
Everybody
own
is different.
process.
But all I'm just saying is make sure that whatever you agree for, you settle for,
Is in
works
line
for
with
you,
you.
is in line with you, is in line with what you
Thank
want.
you.
And
Yes.
that should not
Love
be
it.
C.
Yes, it should be an A plus
At least,
plus.
please. Even let's even manage B plus, A
Of
minus. A
course.
minus is even.
So we're going to go on another short break and we'll catch you in the next segment. Thank you. Hi, loves. Okay, so we're back, and now we're going to talk about our favorite romantic movies as adults. So I'll go first. It's really funny. Like I've tried to find like an alternative favorite romantic movie as an adult, so it doesn't seem like I have this particular perspective about me. But I realize that I generally don't care how I'm perceived because this is just kind of person I am. I watched this film when I was possibly back in the day. I can't remember. Maybe I was in my teenagers as another version of self. But The Notebook has always been such a beautiful film. I love The Notebook because for me, I really genuinely feel like yes, it was like a love story between two people that don't look like me, but I felt like love is universal in the sense that
You
I've
could feel the
always I could
love.
feel that love. Do you get me? And one thing about this love is that first of all, I always wish that I had like kind of like a teenage love or like that kind of love that you loved each other so much and it was real. And then like later on in life when you were older and more refined, you go back together. And that's why I just really clicked to that Notebook film when they finally go back together and they not even had sex and the sex was spicy because it's been a long time. They've not even had sex before and they're adults. Trust me, for me, everything is a build up. Everything is beautiful. Like you can't talk about romance if you're not talking about how hot the sex life is. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
No, it's a
You felt
Massive. Sex
it.
is a big part of any
Ooh,
relationship
it was
and
spicy.
love.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was spicy. So, but Ryan Gosling and I love that beautiful lady. God, have I forgot her name? Is her name not Ali? I forgot her name in this moment. But like her, she's just beautiful. Rachel McAdams, thank you. I love her so much. And it was just nice chemistry. And I just love the storyline.
Remembering the Notebook, it feels like I've not watched it in ages. Like
Maybe.
now, the names, the story, yes, but the names are not really sticking with me. I'm like, wow, why am I hearing
Okay.
this? Like this is something crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it start with the amnesia or something? Did somebody have
Yes, the
amnesia?
girl has the woman grew up to have dementia.
Or dementia. Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes,
yes,
yes, yes. So
yes,
that was just the story. But
yes.
they ended up
They ended
together.
up
So that
together.
was the
Yes, he built that house that he loved for her.
yes, yes,
And they ended up
yes.
dying together. Sorry, oh, me,
Yes.
when I think about romance from start to finish.
Yes.
That's okay for me. Like
Yes.
hand in hand, let's go together. I've always
Yes.
been like that since I was a child. I'm
Yes.
like, if I loved you, you love me. Oh yeah, we're moving goodbye
Yes.
together. That's me. That's why I really liked it.
I can think of a show,
Okay.
right? I don't know if you've watched it or if you've heard about it, but Outlander, have you heard about
I
it?
heard about it.
Outlander is about this lady who she's English and is a modern day show, but like obviously like she and her husband, she's married to this guy, he's a doctor, and then they travel to Scotland to
Okay.
see some of his ancestors.
Oh, okay.
Then when they go to see his ancestors, she goes into some garden. It's like a big forest. When she goes there's a spell that's happening at that time. And then she touches one of the stones. You know, in Scotland, there's so many different things that have been there for years. The Scottish, they know their mountains, what they will hide in all these caves. So that's how it was. And then she touched something. And do you know that when she touched this thing, she transported to another world, like 1500s or something like that, like
What?
back in the day. Imagine us being like modern girls now, and then we're now being transported to another time where it's like women are treated like shit.
Oh my
Like, you know
days.
what I'm saying? We can't even drive, we can't even do anything. You don't have any rights,
Then you
that
not
kind
look
of
the way
thing.
you look. You're not even
You know
able.
what I'm saying? Look,
I'm
I don't even
screaming.
want to think of me being transported. Maybe I can think of her because she doesn't look like me. You know what I'm saying? She was even having issues because she was
Can
English
you imagine?
in the
In
Scottish.
Scotland. Yes.
They called her all sorts. So
What?
imagine if I look like how I look.
No, no, no.
But
How is it
anyway,
romantic? Yeah.
it's romantic because there's a guy that she finds there who kind of like is very much like a Malachi kind of this situation where they
Ah.
become friends. They're trying to sort out something because she becomes intelligent and she's like, okay, let her work for the wealthy lady whose husband is like the king or the viscount of the place. So she was working for the lady, and then this other guy is one of his good fighters. So they
Um,
realize that she's a doctor, by the way, so she knows all these like medical things that they've not even discovered in their time. It's
mm,
a fantastic show, honestly,
wow.
and it delves back into the Scottish, their old folk tales and how they used to do things. Anyway, she
Ooh.
and this guy get on really, really well. Much to her dismay because she still loves her husband and she's still married,
Mm.
but she now realizes that she
Ah,
can't leave this
oh
place.
my
You know what I'm saying?
days.
Now, her husband has an ancestor who is alive at this time who was the worst. Like the guy is the worst. He's a rapist. He's done all sorts of things. He's really, really bad. And he works for the
Whoa.
king. And so
Whoa.
there's a lot of things happening, but like the love that they have for each other. Do you know why I'm saying that the romance to me is deep? Because this guy had to change a lot of what he understood to be able to be with this lady. This lady is so different.
Mm.
Like she's not from their time and she's going through the struggle and nobody has the chance to even help her and all of that.
Mm.
And even she too, because she's the lady like us, sometimes we'll get frustrated and we can talk anyhow to a guy,
Mm.
not knowing that you can't do that in that time. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that he has to learn and he has to kind of like grow into and change about himself. And there are a lot of things that she has to learn. And they end up falling in love with each other and their love. Like when I tell you that you're talking about the Notebook, people here will talk about Titanic.
Mm.
The love that they have beyond these two loves.
Uh-uh.
They When I tell you that at some point, I think in like season 2 or season 3, she finally was able to go back to that festival and go back to real life.
Oh my
Do you know
days.
that she was in real life for like a good 30 years? Like she gave birth to a child. She went back with, yes, she gave birth to a child, all of these things, but
What?
she came back pregnant. The
Oh
child
my.
was his own child.
Are you serious? Oh my
She came
days.
to the festival, came back, but she was pregnant already because the child looks so much like him. There's nothing she has red hair. In fact, she looks like you. Yes, she has the same color of hair and all of those things. But it was so beautiful. And why I just said it stuck with me was because she lived all these years back in the normal life, knowing that she had this part of her life
Mm.
that I don't know if these people have watched. The Outlander is the name of the show, but like she lived all those years out of touch with modern life. Then she had to come back to modern life and then forget all about a man that she really loved.
Wow.
And then be with her husband who looks exactly like his ancestor who tried to rape her and did so many things to so many people. So she could not stand her husband. It was horrible.
Wow. Wow.
It was
That's
horrible. That
crazy.
husband died depressed, not knowing that he had lost his wife because of something that he could not even understand. Do you get what I'm saying? So she got the opportunity to then go back in her 60s to this Scottish life. And she was so scared. Her daughter was even the one that begged her, please go.
Hmm.
You're not the same. I don't even know. I just know that something is missing somewhere. Please.
Hmm.
So she did. She went back there. She even smuggled morphine and some other penicillin and things that they've not yet gotten to in their time.
Hmm.
She smuggled it there with them. Do you know that, babe? Like that episode of her meeting this guy after how many years? Like, like when your love makes you so vulnerable that, like, when you see the person that you love and that the person has your heart in their hands, like literally, you don't even know what to do with yourself. And so, her coming back to meet this guy and talking with the guy, and like even when he saw her from the first moment he saw her, like those actors are so good
Hmm.
because the way they were able to translate that into their acting was crazy beyond this world. I'm telling you, the love that these people shared, like even after all those years, they were able to translate that, okay, things still changed, but the love was still there. Oh gosh, the outline of that love and the sex scenes. Like, I don't even understand how this stuff is on TV. Oh my Lord, clutching my pearls.
And opening
Okay.
her eyes as she's
Still my
clutching.
eyes. All right. So that's basically what
Wow,
it
that's a
is.
really nice description. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yes,
Wow, you've
definitely.
really, really gingered me to like go and watch it and check it
Girl, you
out
you
for
you would love it.
sure. You
Romance.
know I love
It's a
romance.
period piece. They're telling
Yes.
us about folk tales
Oh,
back
I
in the day,
love
the Scottish,
that.
and then there are witches in
Okay,
there.
you
There's
know.
all sorts of things because they say that she's a witch. That how does she know this penicillin, this thing, everything when she brings it out? How does she know?
That is crazy. That
Oh,
is crazy.
I
I
love
love it.
it.
I love it. So, well, I would like to say thank you so much for joining me on this
Oh,
episode. This
thank
has been
you.
so fun. I
Thank
think
you
we've
for
been
having
speaking for
me.
about close to 2 hours or something, but
Wow.
I love every moment of it. Like, it's always fun chatting with you. So, thank you so much, Jay, for joining me here.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, listeners, for listening. Once again, this is Perspective with Viv podcast. And my name is Viv. And looking forward to catching you next time. Thank you and take care. Bye.